YouTube world, hi again. I wanted to make another video for my subscribers and just for anybody out there who's dealt with something similar. Okay, so I wanted to talk about suicide, and the reason why is I was watching a video about Demi Lovato, and she reported being suicidal at only the age of 7. And you know, your first reaction when you hear that is like, oh my god, that's so sad. Like, slash, could that even really happen? And I was reading like some of the comments on the video. She was on Dr. Phil to talk about it, and people are like, how can you be suicidal at 7? Well, I wanted to talk about when I was younger. I was 9 years old, and I told my mom that I told her something. I didn't say suicide because I didn't know what that was, but I remember telling her, like, either I wanted to die or I wanted to kill myself, something like that. And I remember my mom being, like, so upset and, like, you know, flabbergasted, like, why would you ever, like, where is this coming from? And then I just, like, talked to her about everything, and then afterwards, like, I felt so much better, of course, because my mom is always, like, my number one cheerleader, and I could tell, like, she was, from her reaction, that, like, you know, that wasn't the answer, and that she was so sympathetic and everything. That, you know, things would get better, like she promised me. But basically the reason why I guess I felt that way is because something we don't realize is that little kids have just as much emotions as adults do. Like, maybe not as complicated, and maybe they don't understand everything, but like, they don't have, obviously, as intricate of a thinking process. They don't have, like, the capability of, you know, reasoning certain things or understanding, you know, larger concepts or relating to things that have happened to them necessarily. So obviously they don't have, like, the mental capacity of an adult, but they do have a lot of, like, the emotional feelings that an adult does have, you know, whether that's good or bad. And so I guess basically at the time, the reason why I felt, I guess, suicidal, but I didn't know what that really meant. I just had, like, a vague concept, but I just knew that I was, like, so sad all the time, and I just wanted it to end, which I think is what a lot of people want when they're suicidal or when they do commit suicide. But basically, I just remember telling my mom, like, it was because I was being bullied a lot. I think some of it had to do with my brothers bullying me. Not trying to say my brothers were terrible. They were just, you know, typical immature older brothers, and I don't think they realized how upset I was. That combined with, I think I was being bullied at school, like on the bus, because of, like, clothes I wore and just stupid things. And I remember, like, I hated, like, some of my clothes as well at the time. And also, like, I guess I was really sad too because the previous school year I had kind of, like, a mean teacher, and I couldn't control that, so I, like, internalized it and tried to, like, control myself. And I used to be, like, a really bubbly, talkative kid, but after I had that teacher, I kind of, like, told myself that I needed to be quiet, I needed to be, like, a good kid and not do anything wrong. And I was, like, just changed my whole personality. And you know, I don't know that that's what that teacher meant to do. Like, she was probably just trying to be really strict, but I think she was kind of, like, overly mean. And, like, I used to get in trouble in her class for, like, stupid things that I didn't even necessarily, weren't even necessarily my fault, but she was like, I don't know, just a harsh disciplinary. I went to Catholic school. So, I think just like all those things combined, and I don't remember what else was going on at the time, but I just remember there was like multiple things that were making me like really upset, and I knew that I wasn't like my normal self, and I was just like withdrawn, sad. I think also I felt like I didn't have a lot of friends because I had gotten so quiet and shy, from my experience in that classroom. That was really like kind of a negative experience. But anyways, yeah, so as terrible as it is and as sad as it is to hear people saying like I was suicidal, and as unbelievable as it happens. Like, adults don't realize, but kids have like a lot of emotions as well, a lot of like complex emotions even that they might not be able to understand, or and they don't have the coping mechanisms that an adult has developed over the years. So it makes sense why they like think the solution is just to die, because they don't have a concept of like death and what that means, like how final that is, and they don't have a concept of like the implications, what it will have, how it will affect other people, and they also don't understand like healthy and like normal coping mechanisms. And kids live in the moment. They don't understand, oh, in a year from now it won't matter what clothes I was wearing, or that I only had one friend. I'll make new friends. Like, they don't have a good concept of time and how like impermanent whatever they're going through is. So, I mean, it always breaks my heart whenever I see like these news stories of like a younger kid, like that I guess killed themselves, and it breaks my heart to like hear that, and then also like see a video or hear the parents talk about how they had no idea. Like, my mom had no idea until I finally went to her, and like, good thing I did. But that's I hope that kind of makes more sense out of like how kids can be like that, and I hope that encourages you to talk to your kids about their feelings, and talk to them, like start at a young age, talking to them about like hard topics, in a way that they'll understand, not like to scare them, but just so that they understand like some of the consequences if they were to make, in my opinion, a stupid and foolish choice, that's a temporary fix. So, yeah, if you have questions, if you can relate, if you like this video, please like below, subscribe, and I'm sorry this topic's so depressing, but I just need to get it out there. I'm not like and I just want you to know too, like, don't think that, oh, because somebody was suicidal at some point that they're always suicidal, or that things don't get better. Like, I won't say I've never been suicidal since when I was 9 years old, but I will say for the most part I'm pretty much a healthy, non-depressed adult, and that's how it's been most of my life. But so I want to break that stigma as well. And yeah, so I hope this video helps get that message out there, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys.